Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have the cheap makeup challenge. Basically everything on my face is the cheapest I could get for that category and everything I own. If that makes any sense, I saw my friend Allison do it from Eyes on Allison and I got a lot of inspo from hers. So everything on my face is cruelty-free and it's super cheap. And I'm going to give you like the full total of what everything costs at the end. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off by applying this NYX HD eyeshadow primer. Really good dupe for the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. And for my eyeshadow, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Petal Pusher palette. I'm using this because it is very, well, it's the cheapest thing in my collection, first of all, but I'm also doing it first because I know that this has a tendency to have a lot of fallout. And I'm going to do kind of a smoky look. So I'm going to use this crease shade, but I'm going to put it on my lid. And I'm going to need a different mirror, I'm gonna use this because it's there, just so I can actually see what I'm doing. But this will just be like a nice purple smoky look. And in the crease, I'm gonna take this lid shade and apply that there. I know I'm kind of doing it like backwards, but I really like smoking an eye out like that. I just think it has like a really cool effect. And on the inner corner, I'm going to use this brow bone shade. Now I'm gonna do my brows really quick before I go in and do anything else. I don't have any other good shade for my brows right now other than this shade Fringe in my Urban Decay Electric palette. So I'll just count it like as that one shade. I'll like do a little cost breakdown and I'll put that right there as to what it would actually cost like as a single. Because the palette is $49, but there are 10 shades in it. So that would make that about $4.90, I think. I'm going to have to check my own math on that because math is not my favorite subject, but that's okay. And for my brow gel, I'm going to use this NYX Control Freak brow gel. It is completely clear. Now that I've done that, I can go in with this brow bone shade, just because I wanted to make sure that any pigment from my eyebrow stuff that I do doesn't end up like mixed in weirdly with it. So this is a good way to just like cover up any mistakes that you might have made there. Conceal, don't feel. Don't let them know. Now I'm going to move on to face. I'm going to use my NYX Angel Veil Primer. I think that is the cheapest primer I have. I also have the Milani Prime Shield, but that is definitely a matte one, and I really cannot do matte right now. Like, it just doesn't like me. My skin's just hella dry today. This is much better. And I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Creamy Concealer in Corrective Yellow as a color corrector. This was $1, and I'm going to use it to color correct my under eye area. Also, the lighting in this video is just like really weird. I don't know why. I'm not doing anything different. And for my foundation, I'm using my e.l.f. Oil-Free SPF 15 foundation in the shade Porcelain. I might finally be getting close to being too tan for this, which would be nice. For my concealer, I'm going to use this NYX HD Studio Concealer in 02 Fair. I'm almost like completely out of this. So here's hoping I have enough to get through this tutorial. And I'm going to set my face using my NYX HD setting powder, and I'm especially going to concentrate that under my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my eyes now. I'm going to take the same shade as we did on the lid and apply that using an e.l.f. crease brush, an e.l.f. Smudge brush on my lower lash line. And I'm going to use the shade from my lid to kind of buff that out and make it a bit more smoky. Now, I'm not going to do any eyeliner on my upper lash line because I legitimately do not have any cheap liquid liner, but I'm going to use this NYX eye pencil in black and just put that along my lower waterline. And I'm going to curl my lashes using my Ardell lash curler. For my mascara, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara. That is the cheapest mascara that I own, and I also think it works pretty well. It's not my Urban Decay perversion, but, you know, it is decent. Now to contour, I'm going to use the darker shade of my Wet n Wild contour palette in Dulce de Leche. I like this. This was also extremely cheap, and it's also like a product that I genuinely enjoy. For my highlight, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in Radiant Lights. This is also super cheap and also something I use on a pretty regular basis. I just have to remember that it exists, you know? I also don't own any like cheap bronzer, so I'm just going to not do that, you know? So for my blush, I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Pearlescent Pink. I also have this in my normal shade I use is Rose Champagne, but I feel as though that's a little too warm for this look. And this works pretty nicely too. Okay, so I technically have lipstick that is cheaper than this, but I did want to use a liquid lipstick, so I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in Give Me Mocha. And I'm gonna top it all off with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. And that's the finished look. And that's it. I will put my total right here. As I'm speaking, I have not calculated it yet, but I'm gonna do that at some point during editing. But anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I will see you on my next one. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!